New exclusive gameplay from the Hideout straight from Ubisoft. The new exploration article or the Hideout article is now live, and we can also see some more winter footage. Stay tuned for that. What's up, guys? I'm Franky Boy on this channel covering everything regarding Assassin's Creed, and thank you for early access to Ubisoft, the trust, so I can create this video just in time when the article is released. Now, please note, no story spoilers in this video. In the article itself, there are story spoilers. I will skip it, so you can just be happy and watch the new content. This is one of my favorite new scenes from the article, the Hideout layouts, and you can clearly see you can get creative. Like, this is spring, this is summer, but always with different layouts, different kind of aesthetics for the buildings itself, and different composition. Now you can see there are some like connections between the buildings in this autumn layout here, while the other ones looked a little bit different. Now this is the same one as the autumn one, but I love winter in Assassin's Creed Shadows, my by far most favorite season. Of course, besides spring and autumn, they are also awesome in Japan. Now, we have a few new-ish infos, I would say, for most of the people out there. I already covered this on my German channel anyway, since I was at Ubisoft Quebec and was able to play the Hideout for 1 full hour. And I can tell you, there's a lot to do if you are creative. Now, there are two ways to approach it. One, simply place the buildings, only come back for the functions of the buildings and leave it alone. Second option is, of course, to use it as a creative tool of building your own Sims city. And you can see, you can like build buildings, you can connect them, you can customize the roofs, the walls, etc., the interior as well. And you can then decide to connect them with a so-called Engava, which is quite nice because in wintertime, what we will see right now, of course, it might snow, it might rain as well, and the rain will then not get on you. You will remain dry, which doesn't play a role for a video game, but I think it's like really nice in terms of aesthetics. And we will now see how Yasuke approaches this. Of course, there's snow on the sides of it, but not below it. A little bit of spill, of course, making its way into it, which makes sense, but most of the time you remain totally dry, which is cool. I think that's a nice little detail to also like really seamlessly connect your own hideout and get creative with it if you want to, if you decide to. If you don't want to, you can totally skip it and only build the necessary buildings for your buffs in the open world, which is a great thing as well. But yeah, you can also decide to customize it and maybe save your loadouts there. In the gallery, you can actually save your loadouts and have different builds that you can then recall and have like an assassin build, etc. That's really like a nice feature. This is a part of the customization as well, the Sumi-e. Like here you can see the save aesthetics, but as well a build. Now we will see the Sumi-e, which is the painting function. Now we and Yasuke can both paint animals. You have to crouch up to them and then you can draw them. You can also pet animals in the open world, and then you will be able to place up to, I think, 20 or 25. I think 25 of them in your hideout, which is not limited to cats and dogs, etc. But also like a little bit more wild animals can be pet or maybe bought as a microtransaction or maybe bought at a vendor. I think it is possible as well to get them at a vendor and get the petting feature of those there, of animals that you likely not pet in the open world because they are too shy. Yeah, makes sense. How cute is that? One of my favorite scenes right here. And I really like the particles in the air. It really reminds me, of course, of Tsushima, of course. We have some clip of the hideout right here. Junjiro, a little boy, he's living in the hideout likely. And Monta is there as well. I have to be a little bit careful with what I say because I'm already playing the game Assassin's Creed Shadows right now, which makes it a little bit more difficult, so I will stick to the article likely and not put out too much information. By the way, one season lasts 2.5 hours, 1 day night cycle lasts 50 minutes, and there are 8 seasons in total. 2 spring, 2 summer, 2 autumn, 2 winter, which is like a stage of the same season with a little variation. Like early and late autumn, they really look different, while early autumn might be a little bit more reddish and more bloom still. Late autumn might also be a little bit more lush and dull, as we just saw in this scene right before that. While spring looks beautiful in Japan, of course, with all the cherry trees. It's amazing. Since I live in Düsseldorf in Germany, we also have like a huge Japanese culture right here. I think it's the most crowded place for Japanese people to work. It's actually Düsseldorf, and we have like a Japanese garden, etc., with all those beautiful trees, etc., that you can maybe then create in the hideout as well. And you just saw, you can really make your hideout a forest, which is interesting as well. Like having a full-fledged forest with some huts here and there can also be totally beautiful. While you could also do like maybe a donut style with a garden in the middle, or just places. I don't know. You can get pretty creative if you want to with the hideout. I appreciate that. While most of the players, I don't know if most of the players will actually play it this way, but I myself, I usually play it like, place the building there, I want to be fast and efficient, I want to get back into the open world, back to farming, back to questing, etc. But maybe at a later stage of the game, I will then come back when I collected all of the assets that I can use for the hideout and use them there to maybe get a little bit more creative. I'm curious what type of gamer you are, if you will like design it, or if you decide, that's an Assassin's Creed game, I'm here for the gameplay, I'm here for the fights, I'm here for the stealth. Why would I be in the hideout? Because you actually cannot fight in the hideout. There's one activity in the hideout, it's called Sumi-e. You can do it with Naui, and it's like a button mashing quick time event. I don't really like those, to be honest, but I found an option to turn it off in the gameplay menu, so you don't have to do it. By the way, this red icon, it's the Sumi-e here at the lake in the hideout, where you can do it while Yasuke is approaching the shrine building. On top you can see it's the shrine icon there that he was approaching. Yeah, I mean, in general, there are a lot of assets you can use, a lot of creative stuff you can do, a lot of presets as well for those of you who don't want to get too creative but have a nice aesthetic anyways. There's like pre-designed things where like a tree, a stone, you can see it like on the left hand side here. That's like a pre-designed thing, and you can use it to have like easy, nice aesthetic, and I will likely use that. I'm super curious what you will decide on. By the way, there are different tiers of buildings. You have 3 stages of most of the buildings. For the main buildings you have 3 stages. They grant buffs per level. Then you have like the second tier buildings. It's like nice buildings. They are called themed rooms. They give you a little bit of buffs, maybe 10% more XP, buffs last longer, etc. More healing through consumables. That's like the themed rooms. And then you have generic rooms, which is just basically a room that you can design, but it has no function besides that you can design it. You can really make your own city with rooms if you want to, and create pathways and make it look structured and well designed, where you could also, of course, create like a forest hut thing, or a more like a palace garden. I'm super curious what your approach will be. Maybe I will do like different save games where I try to create different creative aesthetics at a later stage, maybe as a community contest. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm super curious on how you will approach that. Now, thank you for Ubisoft for the early access to this article and footage. 4 minutes and 37 seconds of new gameplay footage. That was what you just saw with me. And maybe you want to check out yet another Assassin's Creed Shadows video, or that one. That would be awesome and amazing. Thank you so much for sticking to the channel, or maybe you're new here, then welcome. A lot of people joined me through Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I know that as well, through the short content. And maybe we will speak to each other in the next video, or at least I will speak to you. Or we will meet in the live stream we do with Joe Raptor every Wednesday. Bye guys, and thank you for tuning in.